Hi, this is Jeff with Sound and Light Technicians. I wanted to give you a little tip on installing a motorcycle battery. Now, as most anyone's ever done this, you get a motorcycle battery and you have these funky little nuts right here. And these things have to go in here and they go in sideways. So it's a little pain in the butt, but you get them dropped in sideways, and then you have to thread the bolt down on there. So I'm just going to show you this, and here's the one problem. Almost always these bolts don't reach. Not once you get the cables on them. So once you put the cables on there, the nut, and I don't know if you can see that, this won't reach the nut down below. So here's the trick. They always give you this vacuum hose, or if they don't, you should find some kind of hose or something like that. And this is the drain hose. So anyway, come over here to this hose, snip off a tiny bit, and do that on both sides. Okay? Now that you've done that, now what you do is you take this piece of hose and you drop it in there. Okay? See what I just did? And that one I gotta pull back out just a hair. It's kind of stuck. So hang on one second here. I'll get out the universal tool, a key. Alright, so now I've got it pulled out just enough so it'll compress. Now you take this thing here, the nut, squeeze it down on the hose. See if I can balance this here on my knee while I do this. Not working out as good as I had hoped. Alright, so now you've compressed that in, and you press it in just like that. Okay? So now you can see that the hose itself is holding the nut up on the top. When you screw the bolt in the top, okay, and it's best to kind of make sure it's lined up before you get it in the vehicle all the way. But anyway, now when you screw it in, now you've got threads right there at the very top, and this hose will just compress down out of the way, and you'll just screw right into the final hose. So that is the trick that will make installing motorcycle batteries much more simple. I'll do it to the other side here so you can see again what I'm doing. Okay, let's see if I can zoom in a little bit. Okay, alright, so I cut this piece here, set it in here so it's sticking out just a little bit. Now I take the nut, and then you press down on the vinyl tubing. Okay, and now the vinyl tubing is on the bottom. You slide that in, and now that one is held up too. See? Just like that. So the vinyl tubing is holding that up. So basically, you want to make sure that the vinyl tubing is at least this distance to the end. Okay? That's how far you want it. It can stick out a little bit if you want to, but it needs to actually be able to hold the nut in there. So that's all you have to do to install a motorcycle battery. And then as long as you don't waste the stuff, this is the tube that will replace that tube there that is going to be for the gas vapor, the gassing vapors from the battery, sulfuric acid, water, everything else that boils out of these. Thanks a lot for watching. And if you want, go ahead and like my page on the link down below, and you can like my Sound and Light Technicians page, and I have a lot of information on sound, lights, and electrical. Thanks a lot.